and come and hear themselves talking. Saved by Jesus. Hey, look at him.
I'm sorry y'all can't see. I'm in the car and stuff like that, but I'm here though.
No worries. No worries.
So I know Miguel from high school. I probably been known Miguel probably since I've been like 16 or 17, something like that.
No, hold on. Right, just hold on 1 second. Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. We're just having a conversation, just having a chit chat. We're talking to someone very interesting. He's got a very interesting name, Saved by Jesus Christ. So, Reggie, tell us about Saved by Jesus Christ.
I went to high school with Miguel. Um, I do podcasts with him and shit. He cool. He
You
got
do
his own.
podcast. You do podcast with him.
Uh-huh. He got his own shit too. He do characters and all that shit.
Oh, how nice. Hey, Deep State Annex. Hello.
So
We just 666. Hey.
so he wanted to come on here. So I sent him the link.
Right. So, guys, we're back again. Now we're having a conversation with Saved by Jesus Christ, and I just want to know why do you call yourself Saved by Jesus?
Listen, I'm gonna say this right. I'm really being funny with the name. I can't prove to you
Roll up with
what
this.
I can't prove to about no Jesus Christ, but I do believe that everything that has life has a power source to it. So it doesn't have to be Jesus. It can be anything. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's a particular person, but I do know nothing doesn't come from nothing. Now how far down a rabbit hole you want to
Nothing.
go?
Wait, hold on. Nothing comes from nothing. What do you mean nothing? What is nothing?
Well, I mean nothing. How does anything exist? Nothing comes by just happening just to happen.
Can you
Something has
prove
to.
that? Can you prove that in nothing
Nothing
there was
comes from nothing.
nothing existed?
Nothing doesn't come from nothing. What I mean by that is you can't grow an orange tree if you don't plant a seed. Something comes from something. You
Wait a
see what I'm
minute. Wait a
saying?
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, I'll tell you something about orange trees. You know humans created that, right?
Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is the
Okay,
action
I'm
of
just
it. What I'm
letting
saying,
niggas sure you
what,
know,
I- what
right?
I'm what I'm saying, the action of it, just the action of something coming to an existence. Something comes from something. So what I mean by nothing comes from nothing, we're just not here because we're here. We just poof, we popped out of air, and planets collided, and carbon mixed, and oh, we got all these human beings now. No, nothing doesn't come from nothing.
What do you mean nothing? Are you saying once upon a time there was a nothing? I want to know what is the state of nothingness. What
Okay,
what is the
nothingness
state
is
of
nothingness.
nothingness?
Nothingness is just void. Just imagine
Because
everything.
even your God, right,
Uh-huh.
had to have created from something. Even he couldn't have created from nothing. What is
Uh-huh.
this nothing? Because he created man from the dust, right? There had to have been something for your God to start creating. And where does your God come from?
Right, and that's where we go down the rabbit hole, because now we're going to say, well, who created that God, and what God created that God? So it's like how far down the rabbit hole you want to go, and so
Let's go
that's where
there.
we
Let's go there.
and,
Let's
and so
go
that's
there.
yeah, yeah,
Let's
and
go.
so
Let's
that's
go
where
to the
and
furthest
so
that we can go.
and so now I'm answering your question. That's why I was telling Reggie, with all of this, I'm half and half. Like it's like 50% of me says like, dog, something comes from something, but the other half is like, well, damn, how far do we go with this? Because if something comes from something, it's like, where did that something come from? So somewhere it had to be some type of divine
That's
energy.
it.
You
That's
see what
it.
I'm
Where did
saying?
that something? You see, this is the
Right,
subject. This is where we get to. Where did that something come from? That
right,
when we
right.
start going that down that line, right? We need to now start asking, what is that something? Who is that something? Where did that something come from? Right? How do we know it's a something and not a someone? Right? These are the
Right.
questions that we need to ask. Now, I don't know what sort of God are you aligned with? What sort of deity are you aligned with? Is it
I'm
God of the Bible or which one?
it's from my studying, going to church and my own studying, I'm more spiritual. So it's not a. I don't believe in a a person per se. Um,
Right.
so I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. It's a difference.
What,
You know
what
that.
what does that mean? Can you please explain?
Um,
What do you mean by spiritual?
so um, say when I pray, right? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
praying out. I'm not starting my prayer with Jesus or God. I'm just praying out what. Hold on. Something in the background is loud. I don't know what's going on.
Loud? I don't know. I don't hear anything
It's probably
from.
my phone then. Uh,
Okay, okay.
hold on. I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
Hold on, I'm
um,
sorry. Hey Tony, take your phone off Bluetooth. It's connected to the Bluetooth. I'm sorry, my wife phone connected to my Bluetooth. So now, say like when I pray, right? I'm
yes.
just I'm just praying. I'm just praying out. So it's not like I'm praying to something per se, like a person or object. I'm
Okay.
just praying out.
So like,
Um,
wishful thinking.
yes,
Okay.
in that area. So I'm not praying to per se a person. It's more meditation. Is more like you say wishful thinking, or whatever, energy and it's worldly things. So it's not a person. So now I'm not a believer of Jesus per se, or you want to say the word God, but I am a believer of some form of power source. I can't tell you what that power source is, but I believe that we all came from something, from a power source. I can't prove that
What
to you,
what
or I
makes
can't.
you what makes you believe that?
What makes me believe
You
that? What makes
oh,
me believe that is. Go ahead.
hold on, hold on. You would have to have a rationale for why you believe that. There has to be something
I'm gonna
that
tell you
makes
now.
you believe
I'm
that. So what is the rationale for that belief?
Me and Reggie was just talking about it. It's everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody. I had instances in my life where I don't care to explain to people because people have their thoughts. Some people may feel you're crazy. Some people don't go through things in life. I don't know why, but certain things happen per se in my life that are just unexplainable, right? But we
Mm-hmm.
all feel like we can explain these things. um Per se, why didn't that gun go off when it was just shooting? Why it pointed at me? uh why did I code it out from a car accident and seeing all these things and re-insert my body? uh
Right.
why when I was on a building I was supposed to fall off, I felt something grab me back and there was nobody behind me. So these are things that happen in my life that if I say to somebody else, like, nigga, you tripping, you high, you bugged out, you drunk. So uh I can't give proof to you of anything what happened in my life, but I know I have things that are unexplainable, that things that should have took place but for whatever reason why it didn't happen, and I can't explain that why. So now that makes me to believe, like, yo, what's really going on? uh
Before you continue, just so everyone knows, you shared with us something about last year. You died last year,
yes.
and something happened. Did that in any way shape this belief of yours? And I don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about what happened when you say you died.
uh I was in Wisconsin working. Reggie know, man, my job I had, sometimes it consists of me leaving to help other locations out, and I was everywhere that year, man, state to state. I get to Wisconsin, June 23rd. I hopped in my car. I was getting ready to drive to a different state to go see my sister, and I never made it. I never made it, and I remember I woke up in the hospital. Um, but in the process, and this is where everything gets kind of funky, blurry. Is like I remember, because they said I was coded out, but for some reason I remember seeing the guy's truck and the guy getting out of the truck checking on me.
Right.
Um, I remember the sheriff giving me compressions through the side of the car door because he couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the whole time they said I was out, you know.
Right.
And then from that point it was almost like you would feel like something was like sucked out. Like I felt sucked out of something. Um, I didn't experience no bright lights, what all them people say. It's just it was like out of body experience. It felt weird. Like my body felt real light, or whatever the case may be. And it's like I was just looking at everything happening, but I didn't put more so. I didn't see myself, my body there. I just saw things around it. Um, you know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
everything just went. It went. Thing. I'm sorry, my phone rang. Everything went dark, and I remember waking up, my eyes like slightly the hospital, and that was pretty much it. So I wouldn't say I didn't see God or anything per se, but I did have a out of body some type of out
Experience.
of body experience. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And so that convinced me that me and Reggie was just talking about it. He said he don't believe in some type of energy or soul that controls the vessel, but I believe it's something in this vessel that controls the vessel that's more so not your body, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I felt in that process. So but I can't tell you because like me and Reggie said, the brain is tricky. The brain does play tricks on you, whatever the case may
True.
be.
True.
So really, it's like you just never know until you cross over to that end. You feel me? But that's my experience, and I've never had an experience like that. And we all know the closest thing to death is sleep. So I've never had an experience like that until I say they told me I called it out, and they had to bring me back to life.
So there's a comment here by Look at the Trees. It says, "No offense, but you didn't die. You still had brain activity. When you die, you stay dead. There's no coming back from being dead. So that's what you would consider a near-death experience, right?
It's a
And
heart
people have
conspiracy or
described
something.
all sorts of things. People have all sorts of different experiences, all sorts of different ones. Um, but okay, if we were to say there's something out there, there is, there has to be a force, there has to be a power or something. Okay, how do we tell who that thing is? Where do we begin to figure out what's out there? And if there is something out there, why is it staying hidden? Why is it hiding from us? Why is it, keeping itself away? Why?
Right. And that's I mean that's a good question. Those are all questions ultimately we can't answer for whatever reasons
Oh,
why I'm sorry.
cerebral palsy. Oh, I didn't
Hold on.
know you had cerebral palsy.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
No,
I'm sorry. I got a lot going on. But let me
don't
let me fin- let me first answer this question and I'm we will have to get back on another day, but I'm gonna answer this question with that everything is why to anything in life, right? So what happens is when we can't get the answer from a why, it comes into a disbelief. Just because you can't explain something doesn't make it not true. That's how
but
I feel about it. That's
if
that's my
if you
opinion.
if you can't explain it, right? If you can't explain, right, then why believe it? If you can't explain it, if you cannot prove it, why believe it? Because you see, the thing is, now I would rather not believe. I would rather, okay, until I know for certain, until there is evidence, right? But
Mhm.
why believe? This is the thing. We are conditioned to believe first before proving that something is there or not, right? This is a conditioning which I think we need to get away from. We need to
Uh-huh.
start applying critical thinking skills, right? If there is no way to prove this thing, no one needs to believe it.
Okay, so I got a
Why would you
question.
believe something that you can't prove?
I got two questions for you. I want you
Okay,
to answer. Do you believe everything you read?
no.
Okay. So if this is written in a book and it's telling you these are the answers for it and you don't believe it, is that insanity? or as just what you don't choose not to believe?
Sorry, hold on. So if what is written in a book,
So if you're looking for answers, and they're
mm-hmm,
saying the answers to this test is in this book, do you
mm-hmm,
believe the answers?
I wouldn't believe it until I've looked at the answers, right? Does it correspond to the question that I have, right? That I would
I
have to
mean,
go
it
through.
does. It
There would
does because
listen. There
I'm sorry.
would
Go
there
ahead. Go
would
ahead.
there would have to be a process. I wouldn't just open the book and just determine that okay, I believe. No, I would have to do some, some work. Okay, these are the questions I've got, right?
Go ahead.
Does the answer correspond to the question that I'm asking? If it does not correspond, hello, throw the book away.
Mhm. So I'm assuming at the end of the day, you haven't experienced anything that's unexplainable.
I have.
Okay.
Unexplainable? I've
Yes.
experienced things that are unexplainable.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
So wait. So time out. So time out. You just said if we can't
Right here.
explain it, it didn't happen. So listen to what I'm saying. So Reggie said he's experienced something that's unexplainable, right? So is the Bible and believing in Jesus unexplainable to you guys?
It's totally unexplainable.
Okay, then. So time out. So time out. I'm
No,
gonna go back to
to me,
Reggie.
it's
Now,
not about
Now,
being.
hold on, hold on,
No,
hold on,
no,
hold
hold
on,
on.
hold on,
No, no,
hold on,
no,
hold on,
hold
hold on,
on.
hold on, hold on,
It's
hold
not
on, hold
about
on,
it being unexplainable.
hold on, hold on. Let
It's
me
about.
finish. Let
Okay,
me
go on.
finish. Let me finish. Now, Reggie, you said you experienced something that was unexplainable, right?
Hmm.
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Can you prove it?
Yeah.
So if it's unexplainable, how can you prove it?
Uh, by the internet, and I can show you the news files.
Okay, well, I would need to see that. So now we've all dealt with certain things in life that if I explain it to you, you're like, man, you got to prove that to me. Because mostly anything that's unexplainable, it really can't be proved. And even if we pull up the internet and everything we read, we're going off passed down information, what we
No,
are reading from
not
anybody, from anybody, right?
I was
Anybody.
there. I was there. I
No,
was.
I'm not talking about your situation per se.
You
I'm just
had
saying,
an experience, right?
yes.
You had an experience, right? You cannot explain it, but you had an experience, right? Or there was something going on at that time. But with the Bible, we didn't have that experience. None of us had that experience. And we cannot prove that the person who
Eh,
is describing the experience actually had that experience.
oh,
And I am
okay.
not going to take somebody's word for it. First of all, what was the person smoking? What was the person drinking? Were they corpus mentis? Did they have their brain intact, right? While they were going through. No, I would have to ask a lot of questions. And if those questions are not answered, I'm sorry. Why do I have to have a belief in it? For what?
But my point, but I understand everything you're saying, right? But my point, which I was getting on the verge to prove, I don't really want to come on here and say I'm trying to prove something, right?
No,
Because I
no,
don't
no,
believe it.
no, no.
I don't believe. I
I
don't.
actually enjoy. I'm enjoying this
Yeah.
conversation.
I don't believe in that. I like having conversations to hear people's point of views. But what I was trying to say is the Bible is the most unexplainable thing in the world right now, right? And so
No,
what I
no,
and,
no, no.
and
Disagree.
so
Hard disagree. Hard disagree. I.
but
That's a
let me
hard.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. You keep cutting
No,
me off
no.
while I'm trying to make a
Hold
point.
on, hold on.
Let
Let
me
me tell you why
finish.
I. Let me tell you why I disagree.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why I disagree.
Go ahead.
We can explain the Bible. We can explain the Bible.
No, you
The
can't.
Bible is people trying to figure out why they're here, trying to figure out this way. People had questions, right? And they
You've been
tried to
over there. You've been
answer
over there.
those questions. People were negotiating. This was a negotiation between what is real, what isn't real, right? We can explain the Bible. And the conclusion of the Bible is nothing but a fictional tale.
I'm gonna
That's
tell you
what
why.
the
I'm gonna tell
Bible
you why.
is.
I'm gonna tell you why
We
we
can
can. I'm
explain
gonna
the
tell
Bible.
you why
We can
we can
explain the
explain it.
Bible.
Why we can explain
Okay.
it because you always say why. Anytime you put a why behind anything, is because of disbelief and it can't be explained. So anything I come out the Bible with, you're gonna have a why question. It's always going to be a why behind anything in the Bible who doesn't believe in it. So if you're putting why behind something, that means it's what? It's inexplainable to you.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's inexplainable. You didn't let me finish. I didn't say it's inexplainable to everybody. It's inexplainable to people who doesn't choose not to believe in it. You cut me off when I was having a conversation, and back to what I was saying with Reggie when his experience that we all go through life and we have certain things. Sometimes they are explainable, but if it's explainable, Reggie, then that wasn't an unexplainable situation. So we
Okay.
all have had situations like even if I tell somebody this, they're not going to believe me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
No, Mario, that's not the same house.
So if you don't believe in this thing or whatever it is that is out there, if you don't believe, what do you lose?
What do you lose?
Yeah.
Depending on what you lose is what you believe in. People decide
No,
to
no.
choose. Go
Whatever.
ahead.
I'm
You
asking
can't.
you
We don't got a belief. That don't make sense.
the thing that yours, whatever you think is out there, right? If you didn't have that belief, what do you lose?
You lose nothing if you believe in nothing.
No, you believe in something.
Yeah, I believe in something, but that's
And I'm
a whole nother
asking
topic
you.
on what I believe in though.
No, I'm asking you, if you didn't hold that belief in that thing, what do you lose? What is there something riding on that belief?
Yes, that's a whole nother topic.
Eternal
Yes,
salvation.
that's a whole. Well, we're going straight up. Going straight. You leaving? Yeah. That's a whole nother topic. But see,
Yeah, but
this the question. Listen, no, listen, no, listen, no.
hold on,
This the
hold on,
question. No, this question.
hold on.
Hey, Ray, listen.
That can't
Let me
be a
talk. Let me
whole
talk. Let me
another
talk.
topic because
Let me
that
talk. Can I talk? Y'all got me
yes
on
you
as a
can.
guest. Can I talk?
Yes you can. Go on.
So this is my thing, right? This is what we not, and Reggie my homeboy now, but this is what
Yeah,
we're not going to do.
yeah,
This is what we're not going to do, right? Just because my belief is totally different than yours, I'm not going to downplay what you believe in. I just want to know, okay, because I can sit here and laugh
Who's
all day. Oh,
downplaying? Who's
they don't
downplaying it?
believe in this.
Keep
we're not
laughing.
getting,
yeah.
It's
hey,
Guys,
funny.
we're not
guys,
getting
It's
it
have I
funny.
here.
downplayed?
We're
It's
No,
not
have
funny.
getting it.
I'm going to
have
laugh.
I
You're not going to stop me
downplayed?
from laughing.
Have I
You're not going to.
downplayed?
I know, but I'm
I'm not
saying
You're
though,
not going to stop me from laughing.
downplaying.
the
Listen,
conversation, the
I'm not
conversation.
downplaying. I'm not
No,
downplaying.
not you, not you. I'm talking about Reggie. Know who I'm talking about. Know what I'm
Listen,
talking about.
ignore Reggie
Oh,
right
nah,
now.
nah, nah,
Listen,
nah.
no,
He's silly. Because I'm gonna get on him because having a disbelief is still believing in a disbelief.
no, it's
That's
a
why
lie.
that's
That's a
what I'm gonna
lie.
get
No,
y'all.
no, 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 no. Don't say that. How can you? Did you hear, guys? Did you
This
hear him?
nigga fried.
A disbelief is having a belief in the disbelief. Come on, how do you do that?
Because I just did
How
it.
do you
I
do
just
Listen,
like
did it.
that?
Miguel.
I
Listen,
just did
Miguel.
it.
Listen, Miguel. Listen,
I just did it.
we think
More-
that you're funny. Like when people
You
that's
have
believers, we'll be laughing
What's
at
again anymore?
a belief in a disbelief.
you. Listen, think about how you think heaven sound, right? So we're gonna go to heaven, right? And we're
What?
gonna sing and dance and praise him for all eternity, right? And there's gonna be milk, gold, and honey up there. Bruh, I don't drink no motherfucking milk. I'm lactose intolerant. I don't wear gold. And they sell honey packs at the motherfucking Arab store. What the fuck I
But
want to go to heaven for?
I got a question now, Reggie. Do you believe we all know, right? Let's be grown. Let's be grown for a second, right? We all do know that any book is mixed in with lies, right?
It's
Sorry, say
all
that
right.
again, please. Say that again.
Yes, I said we all do know in any book you read is truth mixed in with lies, right?
No.
Depends on the book.
Depends on the book. But how do okay? So now let's okay, hypothetical, right? How do we know it's all truth?
Sorry,
Math
say that again. How do we
math
know?
Okay, so this
math
is where
books is all true.
this is what I'm getting, right? At the end of the day, in anything, this is why I was just talking to Reg on. It's hard to speak on these subjects, right? Because at the end of the day, people are going to pick and choose on what they believe and don't believe, right?
Right.
But any of our beliefs doesn't make it true.
Can I
Uh,
just quickly point? Can I just say something to what you just said? That
Go ahead.
people will pick and choose. Well, unfortunately, for a lot of people, they were not given that chance to choose. religion is, for the most part, imposed on people, right? For the most part. Example is, depending on where the parents you're born to, where you live, your community, there are different factors that determine whether you believe or not. So unfortunately for a lot of us, we didn't get the choice to choose whether to believe or not believe. We were conditioned, we were indoctrinated into believing. So
Miguel, Miguel, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a couple questions.
Wait.
Were your parents married when they had you? Were you married when you had your
My
kids?
parents married?
Huh?
Yes, I was married when I had my kid.
Was you
Yes.
married when you had your kids? Every last one of them.
Yes.
You said yes.
Yes.
And were your parents married?
Reggie.
Yeah.
Well, my mama did married. No.
You said no.
No. No.
Miguel, you don't qualify to go to heaven. You can't go. Now, pause right there. Let's go back to something you just said. Picking and choosing. You can pick something, but you're not pushing this one out. The Bible says, no child, no illegitimate child, or no bastard child, depending on, I just said this on the live we just was on,
Reggie,
to the
where
10th generation shall not enter the gates of heaven.
what's the verse for this quote, Reggie?
Hey,
and now I
You don't
I'm gonna let
qualify.
you talk because I'm gonna repeat a verse for you since you want to go on the verses now. Because I
No.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, right now, you doing exactly what I just said. You picking and fucking choosing. Either it's true or it's not. Who got time to sit there and be like, oh, this true. Oh, he said this, that part. Oh, I like that part.
But
That's
you're picking. But
that's
Reggie,
it.
you're doing the same thing I'm doing, son.
Exactly.
You're doing the same thing I'm doing, and this is why I said sometimes the Bible can be unexplainable. Because listen, bro, I never came in saying. First of all, I'm gonna say this.
Explain how you getting in. Explain how you getting in.
Listen. What did I tell you? First of all, the name at the bottom is funny, and I got my wife here, and she's iffy with me, but I'm not gonna put her in the
Hey
topic.
wifey.
Yeah, she
Say
over
hello
here
to
too,
her
right?
for me.
So listen, I always been a person in the middle of religion and God and things and stuff, right? Because I always had questions, because none of it made any sense to me, right? So now, if we want to go on verses, Reggie, you can't just decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna pick this verse out and say that, because now we can go back and forth. Because I can bust out and say, so God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, whoever shall believe in him should never die, never perish, and go to hell. So right there, that verse tells me I can do anything in the book,
Okay.
long as I believe in him
You
and
right.
ask for forgiveness.
You right.
I
But
won't go to
listen,
hell.
you
Do
right.
you know,
But
do
guess
you know
what?
what? Do you
But
know what the
Miguel, if
Bible is
that's true, let's say
unexplainable?
that's true. Let's say that's true, right?
Right.
It contradicts the other one.
It does. It's very contradictory.
That's
This
why it's
shit is stupid.
unexplainable, because the
Let's
stuff
pause and
doesn't
say
make
something.
sense.
It's
Yeah. I think I missed that.
The stuff doesn't make sense. It constantly contradicts itself. It's constantly
Yeah.
confusing.
It's
That's why it
confusing,
can't
right?
explain itself. Now,
So
let me tell you
go ahead.
something.
Go ahead.
If that God wanted you to worship him in spirit and in truth, he would take away the confusion. He would take away all the contradictions. He would tell you personally how to worship him. Because right now, you believing the way you believe, but if we get a Baptist or a Catholic or a different version of Christianity believer, you too will have a big argument, because one of you will say Jesus is God and the other one will say no, Jesus is the
Yeah.
Son of God, and then you've got others who say Jesus was just a prophet. So none of you can even come together to agree on one thing. So this God just gets you believing in something that is unexplainable and has got so much confusion. It doesn't make sense.
And
I mean,
can I just quickly say this?
go ahead.
Think about this, guys. We've got a God who is the creator God, who's created everything, right? Now we've got no idea anything about this creator God. We've got nothing. But he leaves us a book, and that book is inexplainable, right? An inexplainable book. What are we doing here? That God is useless, in my opinion. How would a God?
I have a question. Is it explainable
Hold
to
on, hold
who?
on. Let me finish. A
Go ahead, go
God
ahead.
that can explain himself. He's all knowing, all powerful, he's benevolent, he's all these good things and whatnot, right? But for some weird reason, leaves us a useless book that nobody can explain. That just shows, if you cannot see the humanity in that, if you cannot see that that is nothing to do with a God, but just humans trying to interpret their existence or trying to make sense of why they're here, then I'm sorry. What kind, listen, for me, any God that would leave that sort of mess of a book should not be respected, should not be even considered at all, should not be acknowledged. It makes no sense. Why would you even give that sort of God the time of day? For what?
I, I got I, I got a question. I'm assuming y'all don't, but maybe in your past life you have. Have y'all ever read anything out the Bible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question. Has anything in that Bible taken place to the in this time frame?
Fuck no.
So you can't.
I
So you're
couldn't even
telling
get it
me.
out right.
So wait, hold on, Reggie,
Wait, wait,
hold on,
hold
Reggie.
on. I'll tell you, there is something that has happened in the Bible that has happened in this time frame. You know, the part where Jesus gets caught with the naked man in the garden? That's
Mm,
happened many times since
mm,
then. Many times. You know, Jesus having his own party with those 12 men while he was washing their private parts.
Uh,
Uh, think, think about P. Diddy and what he been doing lately,
mm.
right? Everything is there. Everything that's happened there, yeah, it's happening. Even the part where the God tells the people to go and slice the women's bellies, the pregnant women's bellies, and throw their kids on the rocks. It's happening.
So that was
It's
God that said
happening.
that was
Do
God.
you,
Hey,
do you
question.
see?
Was that
Do
God
you
that
see
said do
what's
that?
happening in Palestine? Do you see what's happening in the Congo? Yeah, the slavery, the sex slavery that the God commanded in the Bible. It's happening.
Prove
It
that
is
to me.
happening, right?
In the
Prove to
Congo, it
me.
is.
What do you mean
Prove.
prove?
No,
You
no,
just
no,
need to
no,
switch
no,
on.
no.
You just
Wait,
need to
wait. See,
turn on
I
your
let
TV.
when I let y'all
You
talk,
just
I
need
be
to turn on
quiet.
your
I be
TV.
quiet.
That's the proof for you.
No, no,
Listen
no.
to some
You
news.
can't. What I'm saying
Are
is,
you aware of what is happening in Sudan? Are you aware of what is happening in Congo?
what does that have to
Are
do
you aware of
with
what is
God?
happening in Iran? Well, your question was, is anything in the Bible that is taking place in the Bible happening in the here and now? And I'm responding to that question.
Okay, so go in the Bible and find me that scripture that says that that's happening right now. What you just said.
What are you talking about? The Bible was written how many thousands of years ago? How would the
See
Bible
now.
tell me
See
what's
when I
happening
see
here
now
and
when I
now?
ask. Listen,
I'm
listen.
giving you examples of what's
You
in
can
the
don't
Bible
you
that
can't
people
give
are
me
doing.
don't give me an example without showing me. Just
okay,
like
can
you
I
need
Reggie,
can
proof.
I
Reggie,
Just
can
like
you translate for me? Because I
no
don't understand what this guy is
no.
saying.
can
She
I read
understands.
something
She
to
understand what
you?
I'm saying. She understand what
Can
I'm
I can
saying.
I read can I read something
She
to you?
understand what I'm saying, Reggie. Hold on,
Can
Reggie.
I can I read
Hold on.
something to, can I read
Hold on,
something
Reggie.
to you
No,
from
no,
your
no, no.
Bible? Can I read
But
something to you
what I'm
from your
saying
Bible?
is, what I'm saying is, if you're going to say something like Reggie, if Reggie says something, he's going to back it up with factual facts. So he can pull up and show me things. Pull up and show me something. What you said that you're saying right now that's in the Bible. What you just
I'm
Mark
said.
I'm and I'm about
15,
to do that. I'm
Mark,
about
Mark
to
15, Jesus and the naked man, right?
do you want me to put
The
that out?
law about, oh yeah, go ahead, Afro, go ahead.
Mark 15, yeah? Um what verse? What
I don't
verse?
remember the verse, but I think it's towards the end
Man, none of that
because
is in the
that's
King
when
James version.
no,
All
hold
this,
on.
Come
You
on,
want us
man.
to read
Hey,
from the
Reggie,
King
man.
James
You better let
Version?
them know I'm too smart for
Are
this,
you
man.
sure you want us to read from the King James Version?
Yeah, Miguel, you
Hold on,
shouldn't go
just
to
give me
the
a
King
second.
James one. The King James one
No,
is even a
we
more
can read
foul
from the
one.
King James Version
We
More
if
can
that's
go
what
to
violent.
you
King James.
want.
I'm not talking
Because
no new century USA Bible, no
no,
Google facts.
because let me tell you something. The King James Bible is more explicit.
Uh-huh. It
I
is.
know it's more explicit, and I
Yeah,
want you to find. I want you to
that's
find what you
fine.
said in there. I want you to find what you
That's fine.
said in the
It's
King
towards the
James.
end, Afro, because when they come for
It's that
Jesus,
it's
it's
Mark
at the end.
14:51.
It's Mark
You
14.
could
Sorry,
you could change
sorry.
it right there. Afro, you could change it right on the screen.
No, just 1 second. 51. Just 1 sec. Mark 14:51.
Yeah, go ahead.
Folks,
I got about 3 more. I got about 3 more minutes, Reggie.
okay. So that's it right there.
Yeah, you could change
So
the
a
version
young
of King
man,
James right there.
a young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him,
Can you show him the picture as well, please, Afro? The
fled
picture.
naked.
The picture
He
says it
fled,
all.
leaving his garment behind. Okay, let me see if I can find.
Did you hear that, Miguel?
I'm listening. I'm getting ready to be home. I'm gonna pull my Bible up.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I want that verse that y'all got, and I'm gonna pull it up in my Bible.
But listen,
Yes,
right
yes.
here.
No, you know what, Miguel?
But
Miguel,
Afro,
while you're doing that, look up the one that talks about why and then tell me why Peter was naked on a boat with the disciple that Jesus loved.
but wait a minute, y'all.
While you're at it.
Wait a minute, Afro. That
Mm-hmm.
same site that you was at, all you got to do is go over and change it to the King James version. They got all of them on that same site that you on. You just got to
Okay, so
change
this
it.
one here, yeah?
Hey Reggie, I don't do sites. I do the books.
No, Miguel. It got all of them. It got every edition on
I
there.
just to be honest, Reggie, and it's not being funny. Y'all can pull
Just
it up,
scroll
but I
down.
just
Just
don't
scroll down. Just go over
like
Afro
them
and scroll
sites and
down.
stuff, bro. I don't be believing none of them because you can rearrange all that stuff in them sites. You can't rearrange, but I got my Bible right here, bro.
Okay.
For real, I'm dead serious. You can't rearrange what I got in my Bible. All them sites and all that stuff, pulling up stuff. I don't go off them sites. I go off the Bible. Out of my Bible. And
All right.
you know, you know all that stuff
We
to be
can
edited, Reggie. You
see
know all
King
that stuff to
James
be
trap.
edited on the
King
computer
James
site.
version. This is King James.
And there followed him a certain young man having a linen cloth cast about his naked body, and the young man laid hold on him, and he left the linen cloth and fled from them naked.
And so so that automatically put in your head that somebody's gay.
What?
You said it.
No, I asked
You
the
the only
question.
one that thought it.
I asked the
I
question.
never said it.
You
Reggie
ain't gotta
never
say,
said it.
listen, hey,
Alpha
you
never
don't
said
have to
it.
say
But
something
that's
by trying to
where
say it without
your
saying
mind
it.
went. No, that's the first place your mind went. I was thinking pedo. I was thinking, predator.
But it's
But
a reason why
you
you said it
you
though.
thought
You didn't say it for
gay.
no reason, baby. Come
No,
on now.
you
We
thought
all
gay.
grown. We all
Okay,
grown now.
okay.
You
Can
just
I?
ain't say it for no
Can I?
reason.
Wait,
Mm-mm.
hold on. Can I?
Mm-mm.
Wait,
Hey
1 second.
Reggie, we all
Just 1
grown
second.
now.
1 second. 1
You
second.
can say something without saying it.
Wait,
Well, listen,
hold on.
listen,
Can I?
listen.
Hey,
Go
let me
ahead,
know,
Afro.
baby.
Let me read this. Let me read
Like that?
this bit. Yeah, right. So
Yeah,
when
look
you
at it.
go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God gives them into your hand, and you take them captive, and you see among the captives a beautiful woman, and you desire to take her to be your wife, and you bring her home to your house, she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall take off the clothes in which she was captured, and shall remain in your house and lament her father and her mother a full month. After that, you may go in to her. Basically, you can have sex with her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. But if you no longer delight in her, you shall let her go where she wants. But you shall not sell her for money, nor shall you treat her as a slave, since you have humiliated her. This is sex slavery in your Bible.
Is that the Old Testament or the New Testament?
This is the Old Testament.
I
Oh,
knew
okay.
he was going to say
Oh,
that.
okay.
But guess what?
Oh,
No,
damn,
your God is
we
the
can't have a
same
conversation if I
yesterday,
can't
today,
talk.
and forever.
We can't.
Your
You see what
God
I
is
mean?
the same yesterday, today, and forever. Don't even go there.
But you don't
Do
even
not.
believe in God. You say you don't believe in God,
I
so you can't
said
believe in what you
your
just said.
God. That is
Time
why
out,
I
man. Time
said
out. Time out. Time
your
out. Time out.
God.
If,
No,
if
no time out. No time out.
if
Your
you're not gonna
God.
let me talk, then I'm not talking. Then
Yeah, let
No,
him.
your God is the
Let's
same.
let him.
Let
Just
Don't
let him.
don't do that.
Wait.
Don't do
Let's
that.
you can't.
let's let him speak. Let's let him speak.
Ignorance is bliss. I'm gonna say that. We
So,
talked
so
about this
what are you
today,
calling
Reggie.
ignorant?
I didn't call you ignorant. I said ignorance is bliss. I didn't say you're
Who's
ignorant. I said
ignorant?
ignorance
Who's being
is
ignorant?
Who's
bliss.
Who's
ignorance?
being
Right, who's
ignorant?
being ignorant?
Ignorance is bliss. Not knowing.
Ignorance.
Reggie, did you say
Ignorance.
today not knowing is ignorant, right?
Yeah,
Ignorance is
you didn't know. You didn't know about these verses.
Let,
You were very happy. Now all
can
of a
I
sudden
talk?
you know
Are
about
you gonna
these
let me explain
verses,
myself? Or are you
and
gonna
now
keep
you're
talking?
sad.
I'm
let
gonna let
him
you talk. When you're done
let
talking,
him
I'm gonna talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you
finish.
talk. I'm gonna be
Go on.
quiet.
No, go on. Go on. Go on.
No, I'm not. Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all get it all out because
No,
y'all
go
keep
on.
interrupting
Go
me.
on. Go on.
First, first of all, what I was trying to say is you can't say your God is the same way then and now and not believe in God. So you can't. That's not even a true statement for a person who doesn't believe in God.
I
How
am
you gonna
reading
say
from your
so
Bible.
no
What are
no
you
let me can
talking
I finish
about?
talking? Damn.
No, because
Can
you're
I
saying the
can I
wrong
finish
thing.
talking?
That's not what I
No, I'm
said.
not saying the wrong
Let him
You're
thing.
finish.
trying to impose on me that I believe in your God. I don't. Your Bible
So
says that
okay.
your
So if you
God
don't believe in
is the same
listen,
yesterday, today, and forever. You
if you don't
believe in
believe
the
in
God.
God, if you don't
You
believe in
believe in
God,
the
you
God,
can't
and I'm
say
reminding you about your God,
okay.
what
So
your
let me
book
finish
says about
talking.
your God. You
Okay,
don't
you're right.
even
You're
know
right.
your
You're
book.
right. You're right.
You
You're
don't
right.
even
You're
know
right.
your God.
You're right. You're right. So if you don't believe in God, you can't say my God is the same way every day. You can't say
Well, if
that.
I'm reading it from the Bible, I can.
No. But you're believing in what you're saying now, when you don't believe in God.
I don't
No,
believe in
listen.
anything.
Can
I
I
lack
help out?
belief.
Come
Please,
on,
can I
I
man.
help
lack
out? Can I
belief.
help out here? This is saved by Jesus Christ. This is what you call. This is what you
Afro
call.
is trying to do a
Hold on.
cop out.
This is what you call doing an internal critique, right? What she is doing is an internal critique of the claims made
But
by
see, I just
your
cut
book.
you off right now. You see how it feels when I cut you off and you're trying to explain? That's what's happening to me.
You don't feel like
Okay,
nothing.
okay,
You
okay.
feel it
But you want me to
because
So
talk.
you want to
what
I
cry
can cut
about
y'all
it.
off too when y'all talk
what
too,
she's
right?
You don't
doing
feel like
is
nothing. It
okay.
Okay,
don't
go ahead.
feel
I'm
like
gonna
I
listen.
nothing
don't
for
want
us.
us to have
I
an
don't know
I'm gonna
why
argument.
you
listen.
have to get
I don't want
emotional
us.
about
No,
it. It
I don't want
cuts
us to
you.
have
It
an
doesn't
Relax,
cut
argument.
us.
relax, relax.
I don't want us to have an argument at all.
Now go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna
So
listen. But when I talk, can I please explain myself? Y'all gotta
yes,
let me
we will
explain
let you
myself.
speak. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I don't want this to be okay. One second.
Y'all crazy, man.
I'm trying to get y'all some views, man. Shit. Go ahead.
Stupid.
Go ahead,
So
man. I'm gonna
an
listen.
internal
I'm
okay,
gonna
let me
listen.
tell
Go
you.
ahead. But I want
So
y'all to listen when I talk though.
okay, an internal critique is a process of evaluating and interpreting the content after determining the authenticity and provenance of a source, right? It is a question that challenges the validity of the paper's thesis by questioning the logical steps that support it, right? A
Uh,
question that challenges the validity of the claim by questioning the logical steps that support it. That's what Vessel is doing. It does not require a belief in said book in order to do an internal critique, right? And this is where you have to apply critical thinking skills, right? Now, what she is asking you does not require a belief at all. If you're going to say that you require a belief just to understand the book or to even quote from the book, then that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not ridiculous,
It
right?
is.
Because we can sit here and say what that says right there. I don't believe in none of that. It's a disbelief. So why are we picking and choosing and saying, well, your God says this, right? So when you're saying your God says that, right, that means in that specific part, you're saying that's what it is. And saying that's what it is believing and that's what it is.
Where did this man learn English
No, we're
comprehension?
just saying that's what it says. We're not saying we believe it. We're saying that's what the book says.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying, right? You don't what I'm saying is you can't even use that terminology right there. Because
Yes, you
it's like
can.
Reggie,
Yes,
okay.
you
Reggie, you know
can.
what's
But
happened?
Yes, you
it's easy.
can.
Oh, can I?
Let him
No,
speak.
Damn,
Let
can
him
no,
I
do
speak.
you,
talk?
do you know what's
Hey,
happened?
Let him
when
We
speak.
y'all
showed
let
Let
me
him
him
the
talk the
speak.
next show,
verses.
I'll come
Let
back
He
him
too,
thought
all
there
right?
were no verses.
Because I
let
We
can't
him
showed
talk
speak.
for
him the
nothing on this
verses.
motherfucker.
Now he's twisting it around because he
Let
doesn't
him
want to
speak.
address the verses.
Let
No,
him
he
speak.
doesn't want to address the verses. That's the problem. He said,
Hmm.
show me the verses. We showed him the verses,
Yeah, you did say that. He did
right?
say that. He did say
So
that.
after we showed him the verses, now he's picking up, oh, you believe, you believe. No, bruh, let's stick onto the verses. Let's talk about the verses. He was trying to run. He was trying to, plain and simple. Why is he focusing on things that don't matter, whether we believe or not? He said, show me where it is in the Bible. He thought we didn't have verses. He thought we didn't have proof.
Come on back, Miguel. The night is still young.
All of a sudden, it's, oh, you believe in a God. He's doing a debate on whether, he's trying to debate on whether we believe in God or not.
I don't even understand how we got to the Bible God. When he first started, he said he was spiritual. He said he didn't really believe in Jesus. So how are we then defending the Bible? Make it make sense. He's confused.
Anyone who mentions spiritual to me, all I think about
He's
is
confused.
farts.
That's what.
That's what I feel. Whenever anyone says spirit or spiritual, I think about farts because you can't see those things. You
Farts.
can't see them. Yeah, farts.
No, but you can smell farts.
Yeah, but probably these spirits
You
can
can
be smelled
hear
too.
them. You can
Well,
hear them.
these spirits, Afro, remember these spirits came down to impregnate.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
all these spirits are good for, coming down to impregnate.
Okay. I think what see, sometimes I like to have a conversation. I don't want it to lead to an argument
Okay,
because then it's like,
all right, I'll keep quiet. Let him come back. I'll be quiet.
that-
I'll be quiet. I
yeah,
promise.
just
I'll be quiet.
because at the end of the day, it's not for him to want to have a conversation, right? I don't know what he's because if you notice he's gone from being spiritual to now defending the Bible, right? And yet he says he doesn't believe in Jesus like that. It doesn't
He's
make
texting me
sense
right
at
now.
all. Tell him to come back on. We're
Tell him
waiting.
to come back. Ain't nobody gonna argue with him because I'm ready for bed now. I've got
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
I'm about to call him since you're here.
Yeah, tell him to come back. I'm not gonna say nothing.
God leaves us, and I just even put the link out in case anybody wanted to, you know,
hey,
see
hey,
anything.
we still on. They telling you to come back. You on speaker?
Why you running? You're a track star.
I'm still here.
Hello?
I'm still here.
No problem. Well, let me talk for shit, man. I said, this now nigga called me when he get off the motherfucker. So. Nah, well, since you can hear me and I can't hear them.
That's because they ain't saying shit. They trying to listen to you.
Okay, what I was saying is, right, if
You might well come back on the show and say it.
yeah, I'm gonna say this, but I gotta get I gotta do work at too, bro. See now, I understand that the phrase they use, God is the same way he is today and yesterday, right? But if you're a person who's in this religion, right, who's in it, who doesn't, they don't go off the Old Testament anymore. They don't go off the Old Testament. That was before Christ. That's why it's a New Testament with Jesus Christ, who believes in Jesus Christ.
They shaking their head. They got their heads bent over, shaking them.
Right, I know they shake it. I know because
No, Reggie, ask him why the God didn't tell the prophets that he's gonna send someone and they should stop talking about him. They should focus on Jesus.
Reggie, so is he saying that they should throw away the Old Testament altogether, just throw it away?
What I was saying was not saying that she believed in that, but if I keep using a phrase, I'm pointing to what it says in the Bible, and
I didn't keep using the phrase.
And it comes to the point where you believe that's what it says. Period. There's no way other around it, because if you didn't believe what it said, you wouldn't keep going back and say, well, it says that right there.
That's 101. That's 101 chronology right there.
You don't require a belief. You don't require. Okay, can you ask him, Reggie? Can you ask him? Can you ask him then? Does he believe in the apocryphas? Does he believe in the other books?
Does he know about
He
apocryphals?
hung up. He hung up.
Okay, that's fine.
He don't
My-
like being asked questions. One thing I've noticed about people in this religion, Afro, they don't like being questioned. They don't. The
Why is he
minute
trying to
you
insist?
ask them questions or tell them something that hurts their heads, that causes them to think, it physically hurts their brains and they get a headache, they get confused, they get defensive.
What I
And then
don't
they want to get
understand.
personal. Like him, he was now getting personal. How can you tell me I believe something? I'm tired, I don't believe in this. But you can't claim. All of a sudden, we don't believe in the Old Testament.
What
All
I
of a
don't
sudden.
understand is if
Yeah,
someone
I
tells
wanted
you,
to keep going with that part so bad.
if someone tells you they don't believe Christians, why can't you just accept that they don't believe? Why must you impose a belief on us?
Mhm.
We don't believe. The gentleman said, you believe in a disbelief. How do you believe in a disbelief? And if Vessel is reading from your text, wait, hold on. We are here having a conversation about your God. We're here having a conversation about your beliefs. Where are we supposed to read from if we are not reading from the Bible? But when we read from the Bible, it is a case of, oh, but you don't believe it, so you can't. Listen, we've heard all these talking points before, right? If you like, if you like, argue from now till tomorrow does not make the contents of your Bible true.
Nope.
Does not make it true at all.
We're trying to get him to come back on here one day soon. Trying to
I
get him.
mean, I
Get the
enjoyed
next one up, Reggie.
that conversation.
Get the next one up.
This is ready for it. This is get the next one up. Ah, the next one up. You know. But
Okay.
Reggie. So out of all your friends, like friends, how many like it looks like a lot of them still believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. My entire family all believe in God. My best friend, she believes in God. Uh, Sometimes it is hard because when we're talking, she'll be like, "Oh, uh, there's something she likes saying. I am God's favorite child." She says that all the time. When things are going good for her, when things are, she's like, it's because I'm God's favorite child. And I'm like, yeah, yes, you are. You are definitely God's favorite child. Yeah.
Now that statement rubs me up the wrong way. You know why, Afro? Because you've got 2-year-old babies in the Congo that have STIs, right? God is sitting
How?
back
How have they got his
watching. 2-year-old babies in the
how
Congo.
2-year-olds have STIs?
And guess how old the mothers are? 14,
No,
13,
how old?
12.
How have the 2-year-old?
They're getting raped by the soldiers. They're getting raped. Their mothers are getting raped. And their mothers are children. 13, 14, 12-year-olds having the babies. And they go into the babies as well. There's a woman who said, it's on my page, on my TikTok page, they cut off her man's penis and they forced her to eat it. So how are you God's favorite when such horrible, terrible things are happening on the same planet, under the same sun? Under the same sun you see in the sky, and you claim you're God's favorite. Honestly, I'll just be.
Can
Do you know
I?
what? Some things that just trigger me.
I want to show before we go that verse that Reggie keeps talking about. It is sicker than I actually thought, right? So Deuteronomy 23 says, he that is wounded in the stones, or has his privy member cut off.
Oh my goodness.
So someone who's had because you just talked about the chopping off of that woman's
Like
husband.
the eunuch.
So if someone has had their private member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation.
Wait,
of-
Apple, this is deep. They
Hey,
claim, hold on, they claim that this religion was taken to Ethiopia by the Ethiopian eunuch who met Philip on the roads. So that eunuch who took the word to Ethiopia is not even going to enter heaven. He's not even going to enter into the congregation
no,
after
but
taking the good news.
they will. I see how they can get away with explaining this. They will say this is not talking about heaven. This was talking about the presence of God
Oh
on the
my
earth.
goodness.
But think about this, right? Either way, whichever one this is, whether it is heaven here, or sorry, whether it's the heaven they're going to, or the presence of God, when they had the Ark of Covenant, right? If either one, the God is saying, if you have been wounded in the stones or your member chopped off, you've been through the worst case scenario. Can you imagine being a man and your bit has been chopped off? Then your God says, do not come near me. Your God needs the men to come in his presence with their full dick. Huh?
Full dick and
God
full
needs your
balls.
dick to be
Your
intact
testes have to be intact.
before you can. Just think about that. The God cares so much
Sick.
about dicks. And then it goes further to say, a bastard
Wow.
shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation. Shall
But
he not
Jesus' mama wasn't married.
The
Jesus' mama wasn't married.
wickedness in this book is something else. The pure evil. It just sickens me. It sickens me. How? Inquisitor Bacon, hey, just sickening. A man has been through the worst case scenario. His bit has been chopped off. And then the God says, hang on. You, where do you think you're going with your chopped off dick? Not in my presence. Hello? Come on. What kind of God is that?
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Old Testament, New Testament, even in the New Testament, when you go and read, let me pull it up. Go and read, what is it? It's Revelations, right? Revelations 14. Revelations 14 talks about the Lamb, right? Talks about the people that God wants in the heaven. Look at it here, right? It says here, and I heard the sound from heaven, like the roar of rushing waters and like the loud peal of thunder. The sound I heard was like that of harpists playing the harp. And they sang a new song before the throne and before the 4 living creatures and the elders. No one could learn the song except the 144,000 who had been redeemed from the earth. These are those who did not defile themselves with women, for they remained virgins. 144,000 men will be redeemed from the earth.
He's
God
planning
is
a
going
giddy
to come
party.
and redeem 144,000 men from the earth. But the criteria is that they have to be virgins.
He's
Because they have
planning a
not
giddy party.
defiled
That's all I can
themselves.
see.
They've not defiled themselves with women. So any woman who is hoping that they are going to go to heaven or be redeemed from this earth, there's no chance. There's nothing. Can you imagine that this God wants 144,000 virgin men with him? What kind of God? The God is sick.
Man, I'm out here. I have to go to bed.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. This is just
Me too.
anyway, folks. Listen, this was a quick conversation. Reggie, just blame Reggie for this one. This is
You
Reggie.
want to come on here?
Reggie needs some new friends.
No, but I'm glad we had that. So that back and forth.
He's gonna go away and he's gonna think about the conversation.
You better. You better.
Hopefully he
definitely
comes
will.
back for more. Hopefully he comes back for more.
No, but no, he should. I think he needs to go back and really have a long conversation, a long, hard conversation with himself. How do you come here, right, telling us that you're spiritual, right? But you don't believe in Jesus like that. But here we are talking about the Jesus book. Here we are with you trying to tell you are trying to tell the other person, oh, you've got to have a belief in the book, the Jesus book. But you had said earlier on that even you don't even believe in Jesus. He's a walking contradiction.
Just like his Bible, just like his God.
Contradiction. Anyway, people, this was just going to be a quick one. Yeah. Did somebody in the chat talking about Kamala Harris? I don't know. It's crazy, people. Anyway,
she probably did a good job, though. Hopefully.
What, did she have another debate with what's his name?
No. Just somebody in the chat being silly. Just somebody being silly. I mean, you look at someone as decent as Kamala Harris. You're talking about blowjobs. Have you seen the other person? You seen the other person?
Right.
Have you seen? He's even found liable for the,
right,
the rape case.
He be out here getting his dick sucked.
Listen, Reggie, that's if he's got one. That guy looks
paying porn stars.
Reggie, no. That's because he's rich. That guy looks like somebody that's got one of these.
I mean, yeah, but whatever it may be, he be putting it in shit.
Yeah,
he's got to be small dick energy.
Yes, and I can tell by the look on Melania's face.
He pay like he weigh.
Melania's, you can tell, but the look on Melania's face. That's a woman who is not sexually satisfied. Can you imagine?
He 80 years old. He don't need to be having sex with nobody. It could be fatal.
Hold on, can you imagine? Reggie, before we go, let me show you the video that I was I told you about. Wait, hold on.
My eyes over here watering. I'm so tired.
I know. I'm
gonna slide down this chair and go to sleep.
Wait, there was something he said which I was trying. Reggie, you said you haven't heard this.
I hope they don't send no coons to work tomorrow. Please, not one Jesus, no coons.
Reggie and Vesta, I don't know, Reggie, Vesta, I don't know if you've heard this. Wait, let's see. Reggie, we need to go. Right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Reggie, this is it.
Nobody's in charge. Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce.
What?
And why would Muslims support Kamala when she embraces?
This is a grown man speaking. Look at this.
Nobody's in charge. Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce.
Have you heard the song, Afro?
Yes.
They done that. They put a beat on it.
Kamala when she embraces Muslim-hating Liz Cheney. Can you believe Liz Cheney? A total loser whose father brought years of war and death to the Middle East. Why would you support somebody if you're from the Middle East or even associated with the Middle East? Why would you be supporting somebody with a Cheney family? The father killed more Arabs than any human being on earth.
I don't know how. Wait, where's that see if we can find. Oh, it was I Marquise that did that song on. Wait, that's shit. I need to. It was I Marquise that did the song. 1 second. I Marquise. I Marquise. Right. Just give me a second. We will get the video in a second. Okay. I Marquise. Right. This is it here.
Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with
Beyonce.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce.
Hey.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. Beyonce.
Carry on.
Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
Hold up.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
H-Town.
Well, you need to hold on. Let's see. I don't think we had it from the beginning. Wait. No, I need to go back to the start. You need to hear the
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce.
Okay,
Dance
right.
party with
That's it. All right, people. Ah, man. This is somebody's president. Listen, Reggie and Americans, I wish you all the best. All the very best. Reggie, have you voted?
No. Tomorrow, I think I am.
When is the last day?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Make sure to vote.
For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, Reggie, you need to go to bed. We all need to go to bed. I'm tired. All right, folks. Thank you all for being here. This was impromptu, but yeah. So there'll be no time for any outros. But yeah, thank you all. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Beyonce. Beyonce. Oh my goodness. That's bad.